Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Desire to Inspire. I'm excited to be with you once again for this episode. My name is Darren M. Palmer, Chief Book Officer with Self Publishing in 30 Days, with my lovely co-host, Miss
Carolyn Flower here in Montreal and the UK at oxygenpublishing.com.
Awesome. We're excited to be with you. How you feeling today, by the way, Carolyn, if you don't mind?
Fantastic.
Awesome, awesome,
It's
awesome.
great. It's beautiful here in Montreal in mid-January. It's warm and it's
Whoa.
almost snowless. So it's quite great.
Wow, wow. It's shiny today in the great state of Texas too as well. So we're excited to be here with you all. Just hearing what others are sharing, we thank you so much for the support, the kind words, the prayers, the vibrations, the positive vibes that you all are sending our way. We definitely want to be of service to you in any way possible. One of the things that, and this is interesting, that the importance of this particular show, it shows that you can work together with someone. It's not competition, it's about collaboration. So when
Always.
you operate from a place of abundance and overflow, it allows for you to be able to seize the moment, or carpe diem, and be able to benefit and serve others at another level, whatnot, because what's for you is for you. And when I bring that up, it's interesting that we need to go into this a little bit deeper. And I got Carolyn here with me to be able to help assist too as well. But I'm a big fan and understanding universal laws, especially when it comes to the law of vibration. So when we
Yes.
look at the law of vibration, and this is something that doesn't just actually show up um, on the P&L or whatnot, profit and loss statement on the balance sheet or the bottom line, but it actually does. It's the secret in the sauce, so to speak. It's that element that you might not get in the business class typically. You might not see on the latest course that's out there, but it's something that you want to make sure that you understand. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Darren, Darren, I got Amazon Prime, or they thinking to themselves that I got Netflix or Hulu, whatever the system is that you're looking at. I've been able to see the secret. I understand that. I've seen a video online or whatnot with Bob Proctor or whatnot. I got it down. But these are the misconceptions that some of you are having by just watching the movie alone and not understanding the universal laws. Carolyn brought up a little bit before we even came on air of the importance, the universal laws, no matter what religious affiliation that you are in, or if you don't believe anything at all, whatever your prerogative, hey, that's your thing. But the key to it is that this is something that we all know. Like the law of gravity exists no matter where you are in your socioeconomic ladder. Exactly. It doesn't matter your ethnicity, your gender, your sexuality. It exists. So is the law of vibration. So I want you to understand, even with me and Carolyn being on here today for this show, it was about the right vibration. So when we talk about vibration, if you don't mind, Carolyn, I gave them illustration and led up to this. But if you don't mind, share with them what is the definition actually of the law of vibration, and what are some take that you have when you think about it compared to just the secret alone and the law of attraction without understanding vibration.
Well, yeah, listen, like universal law, we live by law, not by luck. There is a
Mm,
science behind all of this, and it is invisible. That's why they're often called the invisible laws. The gravity, the law of gravity, it's a visible law. We don't challenge it. We know it exists. We don't step off a building just to see whether or not it works or not. We know and we trust in the fact that that law exists, right? We also need to trust that there's a lot of laws we cannot see, and they also exist. And the beautiful thing is, they're always working to us, through us, elegantly in our life. And then once we become aware of them, that's how we understand how we can live from them instead of them controlling us, and be kind of unconscious. So when Rhonda Byrne created her film in 2006 called The Secret, which was, of course, came right out of serendipity. I mean, it is a story of the law of attraction. The book that she created became, a multi-million dollar selling book. The book focused on bringing awareness to the law of attraction. And what people understood from that law was, oh, if I can think it, like, what you think of in your mind, you can hold in your hand. It's just going to automatically show up. Well, the main law to the law of attraction is actually the law of vibration. And what we know from the law of vibration is that nothing ever rests. Everything's always in motion. Bob Proctor likes to say we're an ocean in motion. We're always moving, nothing rests. So everything has a vibrational frequency. And so when we say expressions like, your vibe attracts your tribe, that's all about being in alignment with how other people, you think frequency, think of a radio station that you love to listen to, and you wouldn't turn on a radio station for, rock music and expect to hear country music, but your friend is listening to that radio station. So you're on different frequencies. It's the same thing with how we feel. So if our thoughts are in a good feeling place, you're feeling grateful, you're feeling joyful, you've got that good feeling, your vibration is in that good feeling. So guess what you're going to attract by virtue of the law of attraction? The same people, places, experiences, opportunities that are in alignment with that frequency that you're on. So that's why the law of vibration as a main law has this secondary law called the law of attraction. The two work in harmony with one another, which is kind of what we're doing right now, working in harmony on the same vibrational frequency as your mindset and my mindset, feeling like, we're in collaboration, we're all in sync, in harmony. It's really important to understand that these laws, whether you like it, know it, notice them or not, they can work for you or they can work against you. So becoming aware of it and all the other universal laws is super powerful for you to take control of your own life.
Yeah, taking control of your own life is totally right, because whether you know it or not, just like what Carolyn just left off with, it's working for you one way or the other. Now, depending on the results that you want, that's where the power of awareness comes in. Because when you are aware and you're conscious of a situation, then you can dictate and change the outcome, because you can know, wait a minute, I'm thinking and focusing on these negative thoughts. I'm giving a frequency out. It's a reason why the people that I'm around, that they're negative. It's a reason the people that I'm around, they're gossips. There's a reason the people I'm around all have bad relationships. Or there's a reason why the people that I'm around are all successful. There's a reason the people that I'm around are all upbeat. There's a reason why the culture in the office place or the people that I'm connecting with virtually are all upbeat and positive and finding ways to serve people. So it's a direct correlation and connection with the law of vibration, because you putting that type of energy out there, you understand the importance of that, and that's why you're getting the result. So we want to speak to those out there who right now who thinking to themselves like, dang, wait a minute, Carolyn, wait a minute, Darren, I had never thought about it that way. Now I understand why we got the desire to inspire. And why aren't you all talking just about books alone? Because it's a holistic approach. Because if you don't understand the vibration part, then you won't be able to vibrate through the content that you're creating, through the thoughts that you need to have. You won't be able to get out of your silo and realize that you need to think about others and have servant leadership, because you understand the importance that I am worthy. I am important. I need to pour this out because there's someone else who's got their cup. Somebody else has their cup that they're waiting for so they can be poured into. So when you understand that vibration, it's not just all about you. You understand what source is, God, you understand the overflow component. So then you have an understanding that it's not if I want to, it's I have to, because this is who I am, because I'm vibrating at another level. And Carolyn, I know you know this too as well. I talked about this earlier today about the importance when you know your frequency, then you're able to vibrate over an airwave or a frequency that doesn't align with who you are. Can you talk to that about those out there where you start moving forward with your frequency, having awareness, so you respond and not react to situations that allow for you to stay in alignment? Can you speak to those who are listening about that component?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, here's the thing, people say, well, how do I know if I'm not in alignment or in the right frequency with other people? You know by how you feel. When you're with a group of people, whether you're in a room with someone or in a Zoom room with someone, you get that feeling of, wow, like this feels so good. All these people, we think the same way. We're on the same track. Whatever expression we use, because you're all have the same thinking. So you're all in that same vibrational frequency. But by contrast, we also know what it feels like when we start elevating our frequency, and all of a sudden there's this weirdness that starts happening. where you go, wait a minute, I'm in these rooms with people and it feels off. Something's not right. Again, you know, by how you feel, and what you're actually feeling is your growth, your awareness, by contrast to the awareness of other people. And as you grow, what's going to happen is you're going to grow away from and elevate your frequency. And all of a sudden, other people are going to say, no, 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 come back, come back. We like you, where we all were on this radio station. And as you elevate, you're sometimes going to be calling on yourself to make decisions. Who you're going to surround yourself with, which vibrational frequency feels good for you. So you may spend less time with people that are on that lower vibrational frequency because you feel yourself gravitating to that higher vibe, joyful, grateful place, which is what your spirit is calling you forth to do. So it's not that, oh, I have to kind of spend more time with a different group of people. You get to spend more time with a different group of people because it just feels good. And when it feels good, everything starts to magically start falling into place. And you are then living by law, not by luck.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. For those who are tuned into this, we're talking about the law of vibration, the importance of making sure that you're in alignment, the frequency and what you're feeling when you're in certain rooms. You know it. Sometimes you can't explain it. You can't use the right terminology. You don't even know how, sometimes we're not even aware of it, but we know we feel what we feel. But when we look at this, I want to break this down when it's the content that you're creating too as well. Just want to give a few tangible steps for you all to be able to use when you're moving forward is on your book, if it's your podcast, even if you're looking at a business plan or whatnot, or looking at a relationship. Just keep in mind on the book part, even when you're looking at an outline, what are you feeling when you're creating that? Or what do you think would best serve, or that you feel that you're called? Because some of us, we know you might have multiple books in you, and I believe that you do, but you know it's a calling that one might need to be the first one that you come out with. And you need to go with that. And then when you're looking at your outline, you need to think to yourself, okay, what is the subject matter or the topics that I need to write about? Is this just something for me to be deep, or what can actually serve and help someone? I feel right now in my spirit or in my soul that I should be putting this content down. I want you to use the same vibration in every area of your life. So when you're creating content, then you know, and you're able to have clarity because you're aligned with what your chapters are. So when you're in alignment of what your subject matters are that you're going to write about, you'll find that you'll start having less writer's block because you are in alignment on what you're writing about. So now you see the importance how we tie in the creating of the content and the writing for your book. It's because you are in alignment, because the law of vibration, you are vibrating towards those subject matters that you need to write about. And guess what? A year from now, or even 6 months or 3 months, and you get ready to do another project, you'll find that same alignment and vibration happening, what you should be doing in that particular season compared to another season. Carolyn, please chime in on that.
Well, I'm a big believer in the power of gratitude. Okay, so I happen to have written a book about it, and I wrote a book about it because it is the cornerstone of creativity. Okay, so it all has to do again with the vibration you're in. So if you find yourself, you know, oh, I got to go work on my book. I've got to go write my book. Let's switch up the vocabulary a little bit and let's go back to I get to go do that today. Right away, it makes you feel better. And when you're feeling better, you're kind of raising up to the next vibrational frequency. And when you're in a state or the grace of gratitude, it elevates your frequency. So if you're finding yourself feeling like the pushback or what I call the resistance of what the outside world calls writer's block is just resistance. And so when you feel that resistance, you say, what am I thinking about and how am I feeling right now? And so to move forward through that or around that like water, you want to say to yourself, I think I'm just going to sit quietly for a bit and get into the state of gratitude so that I can elevate my frequency a bit. I can feel a little better. And guess what happens? All these channels of creativity open up. So this phrasing of writer's block really isn't. It has everything to do with the frequency and the vibration you're in. Let's elevate you and let's make you feel really much, much better. And that writing kind of flows after that. That's why it's so important to understand it's not just about writing a bunch of words on a page, is it? It's such a holistic approach to creativity because you must know your own self, be the master of your thinking and your feelings. And all of that is so integral in writing that book. But you need to become the master of you first. That's the becoming the author that we talk about at Oxygen. Becoming the author, writing the book, inspiring the world. But it all starts with you.
It all starts with you. And as we say at Self Publish in 30 Days, this is the year for your new book. Man, what another great episode. Thank you so much, Carolyn. I'm grateful to be here. We're grateful for all of you all who tuned in for another episode. Remember the law of vibration. When you're creating content, when you're looking at your home with your children, your grandchildren, or if it's just with coworkers or whatnot, or if you're out and about and you're at the local supermarket and you're connecting with people, keep that in mind. And it allows for you to have, I like to say, you have to have like a cheat code, so to speak, because you're able to adapt, you're able to be liquid in your approach because you already know, okay, that frequency isn't right. But I understand that I'm able to extend grace to that person, have gratitude. I know there are moments when I can be out of alignment or I wasn't aware. And so now that's where the power within comes from, because you know, too much given is much required. So you have to have some patience, which is a virtue. You have to have clarity of thought and realize like, hey, let me understand or let me pour into this person, because something nice, even though they might be having a tough day, could actually change and shift their frequency. It's like, the pay it forward method. That's an example of how someone can be surprised. They're running late for work or they're trying to get something done. And they look up and think to themselves, wow, I got a cup of coffee that was paid for from a perfect stranger. Now that changes their vibration to open the door for someone that comes into the office. That person takes up and clean up an email that someone else might have made a mistake on, and it keeps going. So we want you to be infectious, just like a virus, so to speak.
It's the gift. It's the virus you want to. It's the virus you want. It's the gift that keeps on giving, right? And we could do a whole show just on the universal laws because they all work together for your benefit. Source wants you to be the best version of you. So I love what you said there, because keep that in mind when you're in the spirit of giving with other people. You giving not only feels good for the receiver, but it feels good for the giver too. And it raises everybody's vibration collectively. Imagine if everybody on the planet was to make a decision to just raise that frequency just a bit. Wow, it would impact all of us in such a great way.
Wow. We hope that those of you who are tuning into this show, that you are the ones who are definitely making it vibration to make this world a better place. Well, Carolyn, that's all I have today. If you need to connect with me, you can reach out to Self-Publish the Letter N 30 Days on all social media platforms, or just go to Self-Publish the Letter N 30days.com to connect with me or a member of our team. Carolyn, please share with them how they can connect with you all at Oxygen.
They can find me at oxygenpublishing.com or go to carolynflower.com, and I am on all social channels under Carolyn Flower.
Awesome. Awesome. Until next time, if you won't change, be the change. Be blessed and be great.
We are hoping that you have the desire to inspire, and we'll see you again next week.